Hey folks, I know you're all excited about the 200 subscriber giveaway and getting that, so I'm going to be posting the winners of that giveaway at the end of this video, so make sure you check that out. I'll try to be reaching out to each of y'all probably through the comments back on that original 200 subscriber video to let you know you've won and to reach out. So with that, folks, hope you enjoy the video. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to again another video here on 67 Stang channel. So we're still waiting on the EFI parts from Holly. They were supposed to have shipped on Friday. I've got no email saying they did ship, they didn't ship, they've been extended, I don't know. So we're still on a holding pattern on the EFI. But we still have plenty of things to do. So what we're going to do today, or what I'm going to be doing, is replacing this beltline weather stripping here along the door, between the door here and the window. So this is the original weather stripping that's here, and it is absolutely shot. I've already done this on the driver's side, so I have some idea of what it takes. So we're going to do the passenger side. So I got this kit here from CJ Pony Parts. It is part number M164. So this includes the beltline stripping for both doors. And it's the inner and outer. So the outer rubber and then that inner felt or cat whiskers or whatever they call it there is on both these. It is not that hard to install once you get to the point where you can install it. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the steps it takes in general terms to install this. So first step, obviously you got to open the door. And then I'm going to bring you around so you can see the door here. So let me shift the camera around and we'll get a better look in here. Okay, we're back. Also had to clean off some pollen because it's been nasty here. So, okay, steps to doing this in general terms. First thing you got to do is take off the door card. So to take off door card, we got to take off the armrest, the door handle, and the window crank. So all of those have to come out. They're pretty easy. These are just two Phillips head screws, and these I think are 3/8 sockets. So those will come off pretty easy. Then it's a matter of popping the clips out of here, which I don't have. They do have a special tool for that. I'm just going to use a plastic wedge or scraper like I've used before. So that pulls this off. Then there's that water vapor, whatever, moisture seal paper that's underneath here that's got to come out because you've got to access the inside of the door. Once you've done that, then you've got to pull out, there's a window stop. It's a rubber block. It looks like it's split in half down somewhere in this part of the door. So I'm going to pull that out, which is kind of a pain. I won't be lying to you. This is some of the hardest part. That window block, getting it out is a royal pain. And there's my phone. Once you get it out, then you're going to let the whole window down as far as it'll go. So that then exposes the beltline weather stripping here. Okay? So let me bring you in. Let me try to get this window down. It's also giving me a chance to grease this window because it definitely needs it. So I'm going to bring you in closer here so you can see this. Okay, so on this you've got a rubber piece that runs along the door on the outside of the window, and then you've got this kind of velvet piece that runs on the inside of the window. Right, so these are the two pieces we've got to get out, and that's why we've got to take the window stop out, because we've got to get the window lower than the weather stripping to pop it out. Because it's held on, I'm going to back you back up here so I can pull out the new weather stripping. Pull this out. So again, you've got the two pieces. This is the rubber outer piece, so it actually mounts on the door like this. And this is that interior felt piece. You'll notice it's got, oops, let me put that down for a second. It's got a chrome strip running along, probably see it better from this side, this chrome strip running along the top. So that means that it goes in because you want the chrome to the top. So this beveled edge goes towards the back. This more blunt edge goes towards the front here. Okay? So you can see these are both held on by these little push clips. So for the most part, these will push in. We'll show you the holes when I get in here. However, if your holes, and I'm gonna have to go back on the driver's side door and do this, for the outer rubber stripping here, those holes have kind of been worn and these clips aren't holding as good. So I'm gonna have to come back in with some small sheet metal screws to make sure that adheres into the door well. You may or may not have that issue. So what I'm going to do now, now that you understand the basic process, we're going to go ahead and get started in just a moment with disassembling the door card, getting it out of the way, and all that. The other thing I'm going to do, because my door is going to be open, I want to make sure I disconnect the battery so I don't wear it down by the interior lights being on. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery as well, and then we'll get started taking this apart. Okay, so ready now, got everything, got battery turned off, all or disconnected, so now I'm going to start taking it off. These now. Make sure you keep up with the screws and all of that. Also, on the back of each one of these should be a little plastic washer. You want to keep that, it helps prevent the rubbing there. So one of the things I like to do to keep up with the screws, because it doesn't hurt for it to be there when you take off the door card, is go ahead and put the screw back in where it goes. And it'll be good. The exception of that's going to be on the window crank, because you're going to have to be using it later, so just don't lose it. Okay, so now that's out. Now we got to get this. Looks like one of these is not already in very well anyway. So said it's a 3/8 inch, at least I think that's what it is. That's what I got. To get this, slide down here where I can get to it easier. Might be easier to get the socket on there first. Yep, right size. That one, and let's try this one at least. Tell if it's on there or not. Feels like it is, but I don't think that was screwed all the way in anyway. I remember taking this door card off at some point, but I guess I could have. Yep. And there's that one. Almost got it. Okay, there we go. So these screws here, see, those are what was holding that in. It screws into a hole that you'll see better here once I get this door card off. Okay, so now again, put these so I don't lose them. Luckily, you have a nice floorboard to put them in. You know, it doesn't have holes in the bottom of it anymore. Okay, so now it's a matter of pulling. Sorry for the interruption. I'm sure I'll edit that out. But anyway, which means if you don't know there's an interruption, you wonder what I'm saying, I did edit that. So we now want to pop this out. This is just held on by some clips. that you want to just kind of get in next to and carefully pry those out. Find it. Said they do have a tool, I think, that might make this easier. So we're get another flat blade screwdriver. Oops. Okay, that one popped. Just be very careful. That one popped. Just go work your way around. And I'm sure if somebody's a professional car restorer, you're probably screaming at me, saying, right tool, I'm damaging it, all that. I'm sure you're probably right. You've got more experience than I do. But I use what tools I have. Here's from the bottom. Sound. Gotta be careful. The backing of this is nothing but cardboard, so it's not the sturdiest thing in the world. Especially being 54, 50, is that right? 67, 20, yeah, 54-year-old cardboard. So I don't know that the car was manufactured in February. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this. I'll probably go into time lapse here just because you get the idea. But I don't want to talk and whatnot, so I'm going to keep going around. We'll get this thing popped off. Get that out of the way. We got it out. Now let's take a closer look at some things. Okay, so I've got the door card out. Again, this is an original door card. So you've got these, this is what I'm talking about, how it holds it in. You've got these clips that fit into these grooves in the cardboard. I can tell I've had this out at some point. I don't remember when, but you know, so they go in here. So when you're taking this off, what you got to do, and this is where that tool comes in. They actually have a tool that will kind of compress this down a little bit so it comes out of the holes that are in the door for it, which you'll see in a little bit on there. Now these clips themselves just slide into these slots, right? You slide them in there like that. Now the problem is because this cardboard, you pry too hard, you can rip them. They can go kind of cattywampus like this one looks like it did. They can pull through, like I think I've got a weak spot up here. So that's why you got to be careful with this. This is all just cardboard. So you can see I've got some problems with that was there. So eventually I'll probably replace these, but for now they're in pretty good shape. So we're not. I'm just going to slide these clips back in for now so I don't lose them. Just should. Okay, there, I'm going to set this to the side and we can keep on moving on the door. Get down the floor. Okay, so next step is to now pull this vapor guard paper, which I don't know what this is called, but it's just paper. So you got to be careful if you want to save it, because this is old. And I hear somebody pulling up in the driveway. Just keep pulling, and very slowly, delicately, trying to get this off in one piece if you intend to put it back. Okay, let's flip for the armrest coming off. Put that back in. This is being held on by basically strip caulk on the inside. We got that off. I'll tell you this passenger side had a lot more of the strip caulk than the driver's side did. So that was a little bit more difficult to take off, but you can now see, get that, put it back in there, there we go, kind of what the inside of the door looks like. You got, this is the actuating rod for the door, opener, right? You can start to see parts of the window in here. There's the window right there. Okay, so next part is to get that window stop. So that window stop is a rubber thing down here. And I can't get you in the door to really show. I'll try to take a picture of my phone. Might be able to get in there and you can see it better. But I've got some pictures of what it looks like. So I did this on the driver's side. So I'll go ahead and insert those here so you can see how this thing, it looks like it's two blocks, but it's really one joined in the middle, and then it's got a arrowhead shaped tab. I don't know what the right word is. It runs, and that fits into a bracket that's on the bottom side of the door. The other thing I'm looking here when I get this all out is see how much pine straw and crap is in there that I need to get out. So let's go ahead and crank the window up. I need the window crank from over here. And now I gotta remember which one the forward one is the window crank. Let me smush that down. This one's got a lot of that. You can see the window going up. I definitely will be working on cleaning window tracks. That's gross. Out and getting those greased up to get this window so it goes up and down much easier, like the driver's side is a dream. Okay. That's interesting what I see down there. It's like archaeology. Huh. There is a tap in there. That's interesting. Well, I guess got a tap. We'll see how that works out. Not nearly as much pine straw in there as the driver's door did. So anyway, get back to working on this. I'm going to show y'all where that is, and then it's just a matter of trying to pry it out. I'm not going to sit there and let y'all, or have to force y'all to watch me pry that door stop out after I show it to you. Okay, let's see if we can get in there and see that. Oh, there it is. So you see that block down there, right there, that's that window stop that I was talking about. So I need to get in there and see if I can wedge it out of that position and try to put some WD-40 down in there or some kind of lubricant. That seems to help. Pardon me. But overall, inside door, I said this one's not bad. The other door, driver's door, was all full of crap, pine straw and whatnot in there, so you can't really see much in there. This looks pretty clean by comparison. I'll still clean it out, but probably break out the vacuum and suck stuff out of here. But anyway, you get the idea. Okay, so we just got this booger out. See, that's what she looks like. This is what I was talking about with that arrowhead shaped tab on it. It's kind of bent on this side. What I'm going to do now, while I've got it out, I'm going to work on cleaning this up a little bit. So when we put it back in there, it goes in pretty smooth, or smoother, and you clean off the bracket that goes in. So that's what I'm going to do next. But with this out, I'm going to show you is the window. Well, now it should roll down past, having a hard time getting past this rubber. But what that does allows that window to go down further. I have to figure out what's causing it to bind up. But anyway, you get the idea. It allows it to go down further so I can get to this. So it may need some further cleanup in there and some greasing to get it to go down further, because I don't think this window has been greased or lubricated since it was first installed in the car. So let's get that going. I thought I had some stuff over here, but I'll get that cleaned up. Oh, I found part of the reason it's not going all the way down. Duh, trip. Put a light down there, it ain't gonna work. So, now, there we go. Okay, folks, so now you can see I've got the window down below that. It helps to take lights and stuff out of there. So now we're ready to start popping out this trim. Now, when you do in this belt line, there's usually a screw located right here for the outside. I've already taken that off because I was going to try to get some more, but I forgot it's Sunday, and Ace Hardware, which I like to get screws and stuff from, is not open on Sunday. So I've already taken that. It's a small self-tapping screw that comes out, and then we can start popping this out. So I'll set you up on the tripod and you can see how this goes. Okay, so again, remember, we took out the screw that was there. So now it's just a matter of prying this off. Again, I'm using my tool. And a screwdriver. Try to pop that out. Bigger screwdriver. There we go. Yeah, pop that one out. It's just a matter of going down the line. These are still in there much tighter than it was on the driver's side. Probably a good sign, means the holes the new one will pop into are a little bit tighter, not as possibly worn. Now, if you're doing this on a car with good paint, you probably want to put some tape or something down along this edge to keep from boogering it up. the way, burgering it up is a technical term for messing it up. Okay. Put it out. Okay, got that one out. Now I'm gonna go pull. You see some of the clips pulled out here, so I'm gonna pull those out with a pair of pliers. Oops, that one went flying. It came out. Came out. Should be it. Okay. Next is to get the other one here. Now I don't know of any screws holding it in place. Go. One more here, so it should get. There we go. That one came out. See that? See the clips on there? So, got the old one out. So now what I want to do, where I put the new ones in, is I'm going to clean up this edge a little bit. Also, you've got these little dimples where it pulled out. You want to hammer those back. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, then hammer that back. We'll go. Okay. Okay, so we're ready to put in the new stuff. So I'm going to start with the rubber side, which goes on the outside part of the door facing towards the window. So this part here faces towards the window. So this should be a fairly simple task of lining these tabs up with these holes and popping them in to those holes that are in the door. Okay. And the last thing I've got, whoops, realize I've got that in the way. So that goes there, and then this little piece here, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. And then I'll get that screw goes in. So now I've got that. This one seems to fit much tighter than the driver's side one did, as far as this one doesn't feel like it needs screws. It may turn out that it does. Oh, forgot to bring the other part over here with me. Okay, so the felt part goes in the same way. Again, remember the chrome needs to go up. This tapered side here goes towards the back of the door. Holes. That one just popped in there too. So, I got that in. I said I should put a screw there, but let's try rolling our window up. This is where we're going to have to work it with the... See if I can use this tool here, because I don't want to scratch up the window, obviously. Let's work down the... Just trying to get it. Seems to be better if you start at the front of the window. There we go. Now, it's in place. Goes up. Now it's going to be tight, obviously, because this window had the weather stripping on it was shot, but it seems to work pretty well. So there we go. I think we have successfully replaced that. Okay, so we replaced the beltline weather stripping on the car, so it's another step forward. I'd already replaced this one here on both doors. We got the beltline, we got the trunk. We still have all the weather stripping that's going to be in the vent window here, which actually requires that window to come out. We've got to do the drip rail trim here, or weather stripping on both doors, get that done. And of course, we got all the weather stripping around this door to do, so we still have a lot of weather stripping to do. I don't have all the parts yet, but we're going to get them. So hopefully you learned something, enjoyed this step forward on the car. And if you did, make sure you give a thumbs up. As far as the rest of this, it goes back on the same way it came off. I'm actually going to go through and try to clean the door and maybe paint it some, at least on the bottom side here, before I put this all back on, but I don't need to show y'all any of that. So with that, guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It costs you nothing to subscribe, but it helps me dramatically with all the algorithms that YouTube uses, as well as any comments you leave and likes and dislikes, all of those things. Any interaction just helps out a lot. So with that, folks, look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. And I forgot one really important thing. Stay tuned at the end here. I'll put the names of the winners of the giveaway for the 200 subscriber giveaway. So watch for that too at the end here. Yeah.